So I've given this a lot of thought, and it's just a matter of reason why I haven't pulled the trigger on it, because I gotta surround myself around with the right people in order to get it done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They gotta understand that same vision.
So so I just really haven't been able to do it. But let's walk. So one, like, the biggest problem in the industry is like, you never hear of an artist taking advantage of a business person. You only hear of a business person taking advantage of an artist, right? So the problem is a lot of these creatives, whether you have a skill, like if you're a basketball player, if you're a artist, if you're a writer, if you're a content creator, the problem is that they haven't understood the business. They don't know how to monetize and capitalize on their talent. But it's flipped where there's always a lot of other people who are business minded who could take advantage of their talent. You feel what I'm saying? So right now it's like, okay, how do you solve that problem? How do you add in the business element and help these people who have the talent also be able to capitalize on their own talent, right? So now you look at trends, everything's a pattern. So now you have the record industry, you have all these artists who are all of a sudden becoming business savvy. They just realize that, oh, these contracts took advantage of me and I'm not able to capitalize on my money. Now it's cool to become independent, right? So you have all these independent artists, okay, cool. Now you it's almost like you're basically sometimes in order to build, you have to burn it down first. So right now the industry is basically being burned down, where it basically being disassembled. Everybody's doing their own thing. But after people disassemble, start doing their own thing, there's also a season of consolidation. So now it's like, okay, now that everyone's disassembled, what does it look like to reassemble? And I think if you're talking about waves and trends, it's like the stock market does the same thing. Everything's going in the upper trend in the bull market, but when the bear market, the bull goes up the stairs and the bear goes out the window. But people, if you look at the trends, during those times of drawback, a lot of companies, what do? They consolidate. There's a lot of companies that have overlapping with talents, and what they do, they consolidate. Say, hey, we're gonna reform. So what's that do? It recreates energy. Once you recreate that energy or reboost that energy, it's kind of like you gotta take back and rest. Everyone who's just in it just for seasonal purposes gets out the way. Now through that consolidation, now you have rejuvenated energy to propel forward. So I'm thinking the same thing when it comes to entrepreneurship. The same thing is happening. Everyone who is an employee, they don't necessarily agree with the systems, meaning they don't have their time. So it's cool to be an entrepreneur. Just like it's cool to become an independent artist. So now it's like, okay, now you got all these entrepreneurs who are in silos. What do you have now? All these freelancers, graphic designers doing their own thing. Well, you have all these content creators doing their own thing. Now it's a bubble again, right? You think of it as a bubble. Now it's a bubble. Now everyone's a freelancer. What does it look like to go into season of consolidation as you address that bubble? Because now what happens when that bubble bursts? Now through that season of consolidation, now you can resurge and go in the upper trend. But now, what is that business structure?
That's exactly what that ClickFunnels is doing right now. They're getting all these creators in their funnel so that they can consolidate all of them in one place.
Right. So now
they're pulling all the money and all the resources with this challenge, getting people to do the work, create that energy. Then they're going to be like, damn, there's no money out here because everybody's out here doing the same thing.
So what's happening? Now you get saturated. Now even me as a graphic designer, you have things like Canva and all those kinds of things. You're like, okay, now everybody perceives a website, graphic design as a cheap asset because anybody can do it now. So now it's like, all right, cool. Now I can no longer charge as much as I used to because everyone's always combating me. Well, I could get it done for $19 on Fiverr or upwards. Once again, season of consolidation. You've already put all these people together, buy low. Now it's like cutting into your profit. I live in Boston. This person lives in Bangladesh. You know, of course they're gonna be able to charge less rates.
Yeah, of course.
Now we're in the same situation.
It's a race to the bottom. It's like shop for the cheapest rates.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
But then when you have the team together pulled in place, everybody have their individual asset but the same vision.
Yeah. So now with all that being said, I haven't solved the problem yet. But okay, you have all these people who are in fitness doing the same thing. You have all these people in minority entrepreneurship doing the same thing. You know, you go in every major city and you'll hear about a minority-driven entrepreneurship club or group. Everyone's trying to do that. Everyone's a trainer, everyone's doing, so it's like, okay, yo, do you guys realize your next door neighbor is doing the exact same thing? But now the problem, if someone wants to solve a problem, okay, how do you systematize this issue and make it so that everyone's moving on the same accord while also being compensated for the talent? And that's the riddle that we have to solve. That's a riddle that I've been thinking about for a long time. I haven't really figured out yet. But if whoever can solve that problem and figure it out and unify the people.
That's me right there.
Yeah.
Like, that's exactly what these vlogs are for, man.
Yeah.
It's literally showing you guys, like, I'm pulling the curtains. I literally do not hold anything back. I'm exposing all of these like fake gurus out there because
so talk about the Fit Pro.
Yeah, Fit Pro Development League is the same thing. We're trying to consolidate all of these fitness individuals who have individualized, specialized talent within the fitness industry so that we can all operate as one conglomerate and move together and equally be compensated for the work that we put in. You know, like I've been putting in a work almost a whole year now with these vlogs, every single day in and day out, hit and publish, just so that one person out there understands the mission and just joins in the fight, join in the race, and then next thing you know, like, sky's the limit from there, man. And it's as simple as, you see this conversation, this is where the internet kind of does people wrong. They thinking like, yo, race to the internet. And I just did a video about like how to generate leads, right? And then one of the mechanisms that I did to generate leads was create a live event, right? A live event for free where I offer this same exact information, right? Whether you're an athlete or a coach, I just hold nothing back so that you can take the energy that I gave on you and expand upon it, right? Then circle back. And you're like, yo, Caesar was on to something. Let's go back to the source and continue to build and build. And it just blows up from there, man. Like,
so
everything, if you're willing to eat shit for the next 5 years, put your head down and put in that work. Like this right here is just, this video is an asset. It's a seed that I'm placing in the field within the internet, right? And then as my brand continues to grow, I'm just nurturing that seed even more with the same message. Repetition. This is that one pitch. You know, it's like, yo, this is the way that it operates. You just got to become aware and just wake up, man. Just wake up.
Yep. Yo, but like, at the end of the day, I like to leave people with a call to action. You know, like I said, there's someone out there doing a similar thing that you are, but there's also people who have different types of greatness in what they do. So I'm gonna challenge you guys to go find someone, connect with someone who does what you do, and see how you guys can mesh your minds together and come up with something systematic. Because like I said, we're in the season of consolidation. You know, it's no longer about competing against one another. It's consolidation. Also, go online and look up how many companies have went through a merger or acquisition in the past 12 to 18 months. And you'll be surprised that there are some major giants out there who are going through a season of consolidation because they see that the market is at its peak. So once again, notice the trends. It's all a pattern. And once you understand the trends and understand that everything's in cycles, you can always position yourself in front of it. Pay attention.
Anyways, like, hey, if you found what we just talked about literally, and when I say produce content, doesn't necessarily have to be like a grandiose, well thought out thing, but just share your journey. I literally just came from a session, pulled my camera out, and we just chopped it up, you know what I mean? It's just an exchange of energy. That's all value is. Exchange of energy, exchange of ideas. So just continue to nurture your ideas day in and day out and just grind it out, and you'll see results in like, who knows how long, but just focus on the process and your goal, and then you'll be able to realize it once it happens, all right? Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, and holla back.